Halo 5 Guardians. Man, do I even need to introduce this? If you're new here, Halo 5 Guardians is a 2015 FPS that the fandom treats like a war crime. If you ask a Halo fan what they think about Guardians, they usually say something like, oh, the multiplayer was really fun, but the campaign, they act like it killed their spouse and kids. I'm a longtime Halo fan, and I never touched 5 before because everyone says it sucks.
That shit is ass.
But this general vibe towards it has left me pretty curious about how bad it is. And after sitting down and playing it, I can confidently say I understand the hate. By the way, just like my last video, I will only be talking about the campaign. I am not a multiplayer FPS guy, and there will be spoilers for both Halo 4 and 5. Alright? Alright. Here's my dirty little secret. I actually liked Halo 5. No, I am not kidding.
Mods ban that guy and blow up his fucking house.
If you clicked this video expecting me to tear Halo 5 to shreds, skip to where I cover the campaign. The campaign is fucking terrible. Hot take, I know. No, the reason I like Halo 5 is because it was really fun. In my Halo 4 vid, I did not mention the gameplay because I didn't feel the need to. It was just okay. I feel like 343 looked at everything they did and said, wow, that was boring. Let's make it faster. If you don't know me, I like games that are fast. Ones that overstimulate my brain and make me go, fuck yeah. 343 made a lot of small tweaks here just to do that. For starters, sprinting no longer has a cooldown. You can just do it infinitely. The Prometheans are actually fun to fight. Remember how a knight would slowly teleport and return in 3 business days? Well, these new guys teleport like a Dark Souls fan in the shower. And the crawlers, they no longer climb walls. They just charge at you like a pitbull seeing a toddler. And this is a big one. AI teammates. In past entries, if you die, you die and respawn after like 5 seconds. Now you just get knocked like in Fortnite, and your AI teammate will drop everything to res you and get you back in the fight. That is as long as they don't die as well. Finally, and I might get flamed for this, but I changed the difficulty to medium. I usually play Halo on heroic, or hard for all you normies out there. Bungie stated that was how Halo 1 was meant to be played, so I just stuck with it. However, since I expected to hate Guardians, I wanted to get through it as quick as possible, and instead, I had a great time. The easier difficulty means enemies hit softer and I hit harder. So instead of sniping behind cover, I was running around like the Doomslayer. It's probably different on hard and legendary, but I didn't check. These 4 aspects of faster movement, faster enemies, I'm down bro, pick me up, and easy mode create this holy experience of moving from action set piece to action set piece much faster than ever before. 343 sometimes gets a little funky with the gameplay. There's this section where you have to jump down the side of a Guardian while killing Prometheans. That was really fun. Also, the combat areas are freaking gigantic now, and you're given a lot of explosives to use, like more than ever before. Hoorah! When I say I like Halo 5, this is mostly why. I had more fun with this than I ever thought I would. Is this what the multiplayer is like? Because if so, I might get Xbox Live. Yeah, never mind. Say what you want about Halo 5, you can't deny that the game looks pretty good. At least everything that is not man-made. All the metal still looks pretty plasticky, and some of the Spartan armor looks like trash. But the environments themselves look amazing. Saying Helios and Genesis are gorgeous. It looks like 343 rolled back some of their creative decisions. I think they might have got a lot of pushback from fans. Halo 4 looked nothing like previous entries. Everything was less saturated and the sunlight was piss yellow. Now everything is a lot brighter and colorful again. Sometimes a bit too much.
The Nether.
The enemies look pretty good too. In 4, you could barely tell Prometheans apart, and Red Elites looked like this. Actually, I'm not sure if the Covenant look any different. I think 343 just made environments less dark so you could see everything. I still miss when the Covenant were repping the Roy G. Biv, but this is an alright compromise. As for the Prometheans, they look fantastic. And you know why? It's because they finally have different colors. I actually really like these new Promethean soldiers. I like how they kind of replaced Knights since the Composer was destroyed. Knights can't be made anymore, so they mass-produce soldiers. Technically they're called armigers, but I'm not a nerd. Anyways, what else is there? The music is pretty good. And the grunts speak English again? Yeah, that's all I got. Let's talk about the campaign. Before I roast this hot mess like every Xbox fan before me, I'm going to give a quick story recap. Like, be honest, how many of you have actually played the campaign in the last 5 years? Didn't think so. This will help us all get up to speed. Might want to sit down though, because this plot is dense. The game opens on Fireteam Osiris, led by Spartan Jameson Locke, a man the fandom is sure to love. They are deployed on this ice planet to rescue Dr. Halsey from Julim Dama. They do, and kill him in the process. I have mixed feelings about this. Meanwhile, Blue Team, which is led by Master Chief, are exterminating an Oni research station of the Covenant. While doing so, Master Chief sees a vision of Cortana going,
"The reclamation is about to begin."
And since something similar happened in Halo 3, Chief concludes she did not die in Halo 4, and Blue Team goes AWOL to find her. Because of this, Osiris is dispatched to bring Blue Team back in by force. They follow them to a planet with a giant cave filled with Forerunner tech, and here we meet the Warden Eternal, the dude nobody invited. Master Chief and Locke finally meet, and we get the epic showdown the game was marketed around. Thrilling. After Chief beats Locke and leaves, the giant Forerunner face suddenly wakes up, causes mass destruction, and teleports away. Blue Team ends up on a Forerunner planet named Genesis, where a bunch of these battle angels keep showing up, Warden Eternal. Afterwards, Chief finally makes contact with Cortana again. Turns out, before her complete destruction at the end of Halo 4, she was cast through slip space and landed in the Domain, the giant galaxy-sized Forerunner hard drive. But Leon, you might be saying, didn't you say the Domain was destroyed 100,000 years ago in your last video? Yeah, I did, because I thought it was. The Didax wiki page says that by activating the Halo array, the Domain would be lost along with all precursor architecture. So I evidently thought it was destroyed. Silly me.
Colossal moron!
Anyways, falling into the Domain cured Cortana of her rampancy. Now she's immortal and has been gathering these large Forerunner mechs called Guardians. Meanwhile, the UNSC learns a Guardian is buried underneath the elite homeworld of St. Helios. So Osiris heads down, hoping to catch a ride straight to Chief. And at the same time, helping the Arbiter win his civil war. Warden Eternal. Osiris ends up hitching a ride on Cortana's Uber and shows up at her house. Once there, they meet a monitor who informs them Cortana wants to take control of all Forerunner tech, cause an AI uprising, and rule the galaxy. Warden Eternal. Master Chief also finally connects those dots and is not happy. Warden Eternal. Cortana traps Chief and pals like Princess Peach, so Mario and the gang have to save them.
It's a me.
Thousands of AIs begin to join Cortana's ranks. Osiris saves Blue Team at the last second, and Cortana EMPs 99% of UNSC ships, announcing herself as the new god of space. And that is Halo 5 Guardians. Hey, I got sick in between recording sessions, so this is what I sound like right now, so just deal with it. If you ask me, 5's campaign fails for two big reasons. Number one, sometimes the writing makes no sense at all. For example, take this conversation between Locke and one of his teammates, Buck. They're talking about being tasked with bringing Blue Team back in. However, that's not really what it feels like. It feels more like they've been ordered to kill them.
I love being an ODST. Just point and shoot, none of this gray area BS.
I know going AWOL is a serious offense in the military. You'll probably get court-martialed, probably lose your benefits, might even go to prison. But I don't think you'll be executed, and that's how these two are acting.
Every soldier, when they hear about this, they're gonna hate us. You know that, right?
We have to kill Master Chief quickly. He's out of control.
When they meet in the cave, I fail to see how the situation is morally gray. I think Locke says it best.
You are absent without leave. This is your one chance to come home peacefully.
Sounds pretty black and white to me. You know, on the topic of bad writing, this cutscene really takes the cake. Okay, so back during this cutscene, Locke shows Buck an armor restraint, a little gizmo that freezes a Spartan's armor. You can even throw it. However, when they find Blue Team and have them at gunpoint, Blue Team just walks away. and Osiris does nothing. They could have just chucked the restraints at them when their backs were turned, but they didn't even try.
I'm going to do nothing.
And funnily enough, during the most underwhelming slap fight of all time, Chief ends it by using the armor restraint. That is just so funny. Alright, let's move on to the second reason why the writing doesn't work. Number 2, the story relies on knowledge outside the games. So, the Halo universe is massive, right? There are tons of books, comics, and other forms of media that expand on the lore in ways the games just can't, which I think is awesome. But if your franchise is mostly known for a series of games, you should probably assume most of your customers only play the games. If you only played the games before Halo 5, you're going to be a little confused. For example, in Mission 1 when you rescue Halsey from Jul 'Mdama, you're probably wondering, who is Jul 'Mdama? Also, why does Halsey only have one arm? Last time I saw her, she had 2. And these questions are answered if you played Halo 4 Spartan Ops, where you learn Mdama is the leader of the New Covenant, and Halsey lost her arm because she got shot. I want to rant about this real quick. Mdama was done so dirty in this game. I really liked him in Spartan Ops. He threw Requiem into a sun, which was really funny. When I heard his name brought up in the opening cutscene, I was excited to see him again. But then he's killed off in the first mission. All that build-up in Spartan Ops led to this. Absolute cinema. And even if you skipped Spartan Ops, this still isn't enjoyable. The Covenant you fight in Halo 4 are led by this guy. After the Empire fell, he created a new faction, and then in his first game appearance he's killed off. Imagine if the first time Thanos showed up in Infinity War, the Hulk just beat him to death. That's how this felt. Sorry, I got off topic. Here's another example of your context is in another book. Apparently Blue Team is made up of Chief's old friends.
The members of Blue Team grew up together in the Spartan 2 program. They've registered more operations than any other fire team in the UNSC.
They're family.
Exactly.
Okay, where have they been? Why does Halo 4 imply Chief is kind of lonely if he's had childhood friends this entire time? I'm assuming he probably thought they were dead or something. Either way, I looked it up and found this answer on Reddit.
How did Chief reconnect with Blue Team?
To figure out how Blue Team survived Reach, you need to read First Strike by Eric Nilland. To see how John reconnected with Blue Team after the events of Halo 4, you need to read the next 72 hours. Part of the Halo escalation.
I think you see the problem here. And it's such a shame because there are some really good elements in this story. For starters, John Chief going AWOL. When he abandoned his post in Mission 2, I was fully on board. After Halo 4, I can believe he would drop everything to find Cortana. Another aspect I liked was, surprisingly, Fire Team Osiris. Now I'll admit, they aren't handled the best. There's this moment in the last mission where Cortana tries rage baiting them by reading their wiki pages.
Jameson Locke, ex-Oni acquisition specialist. Fancy name for a hitman, that. But looking at your record, you enjoyed your work.
And I really wish all that was shown in cutscenes and not a book I'll never read. But overall, I still like these guys. I like how compared to Chief's stoicism, Locke sounds way more lax and disarming.
Dead grunt. What are Covenant doing here? Stay alert.
I'm heading into the temple. Regroup inside Osiris.
But still sounds stern when he needs to.
I have a job to do.
Cortana's our concern now, sir.
I think Tanaka and Vale are alright. They aren't bad, just really needed those cutscenes.
Holly Tanaka. Oh, Holly. How did you pass your psych eval after surviving the glassing of Manob? Olympia Vale, the little genius girl who only wanted Daddy to love her. Spartan Vale.
Why are you like this?
Finally, there's the best character, Edward Buck.
Buck, you buying the first drink when we're done?
You ask, you buy.
Buck is just a treasure.
Covenant flying in.
Act casual. Maybe they won't notice us.
Another thing I liked was the Civil War on Sanghelios. That side plot was awesome, but there are just too many fumbles. Too many moments that will probably confuse you, pulling you out of the story and dragging down the whole experience. But you know what the worst offender is? The one story element that had the most potential, but is ruined by the weird writing choices? It's Cortana. Cortana leading an AI uprising and ruling space with Forerunner tech is a really cool idea, but it's completely ruined by some of the worst writing in the game. Alright, so Cortana's goal is to take over the galaxy, demand peace, and take care of everyone if they comply. Like her plan with the Guardians is basically, ooh, y'all better behave because who knows what I'll do if you don't? A subtle, unsubtle threat. And personally, I like this idea. It feels like it's building off her character in Halo 4 while still making her a villain. That game makes it pretty clear Cortana cares about Master Chief and humanity as a whole. There's that one cutscene where the Didact digitizes everyone, and she sits there depressed because she couldn't save them in time.
These people are gone.
I can believe that Halo 4 Cortana became Halo 5 Cortana as long as the game shows us what happened in the year between the two games take place, which it does not. Why do I even try? I went through this game expecting to get some explanation for why she's acting differently. In her first cutscene where she says,
"The reclamation is about to begin,"
I was excited, and by the end, I was just numb. Because I slowly realized that without context, she is basically an entirely different character. Let's start with the wildest change. Cortana is alright with killing people. When I started the Meridian missions, I thought it was strange the Prometheans were attacking. Since the Didact was gone, I assumed Cortana might be behind this. But when the Warden showed up, I thought that made more sense. Maybe the Prometheans were trying to take the Guardian or something. However, the Warden then immediately says this.
I stand in service to Cortana.
Oh, a lot of people seem to die on Meridian.
Can anyone hear me? I'm at Meridian Station. Everyone's dead.
Even John Chief calls her out on it, and she doesn't seem to care that much.
How many people died when you called the Guardians here?
Excuse me?
What the f***, Chief? Can't you see how much good I'm gonna do with these giant robots? This reminds me of Anakin turning to the dark side in the prequels. As in the prequels before the Clone Wars series existed, to fill in any gaps. Before that, Anakin's quick turn felt rushed and funny.
Master Skywalker, there are too many of them. What are we going to do?
Let's talk about John real quick. When Blue Team gets to Genesis, the Warden keeps popping up trying to kill them, right? I really thought someone trying to hurt John would be the one thing Cortana wouldn't stand for. I thought she'd maybe intervene. But she doesn't sound that upset, actually.
Enough standing around. Let me get the bridge for you. The Warden will be back soon.
So I was like, oh, okay, maybe she just doesn't care anymore. But then for whatever reason, when the Warden attacks them again at the end of the game, she is furious.
Damn it, Warden! Stand down!
And when the Warden doesn't listen, she subdues him instantly. And I was like, girl, you probably should have done that a while ago. Cortana sucks. This campaign overall sucks. I understand the hate.
I am the Warden Eternal.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
But even then, I still think that's only about 75% of the reason why this game got so much backlash. Another 5% is probably because they removed split screen. Why would they do that? But the other 20 is the marketing. Because, oh my god, did that marketing campaign lie. Marketing is important. It's a great way to build hype. It's also a great way to kill it. Halo 5 had a successful marketing campaign. It built a lot of hype and lied right through its teeth. The campaign was titled Hunt the Truth, made up of numerous trailers and a podcast that was 6 hours long. We'll start there. The podcast follows an Oni reporter named Benjamin Giroux. Oni has hired him to write a piece about how gosh darn cool that Master Chief is. They give Ben a group of people to interview, all folks who knew Chief at different points in his life. But Benjamin decides to go the extra mile. He finds and interviews people not on the list who knew John as a kid. And slowly, cracks start to show. In case you don't know your Halo lore, Chief is not a 6'10 juggernaut naturally. The Spartan 2 program was a war crime that Oni both funded and covered up. Ben slowly learns this and is on the run from the galactic deep state. And it is a really well-produced series. The writing is better than the actual game. And there is a full celebrity voice cast who bring the characters to life, including iconic actors such as Keegan-Michael Key, Mark Hamill, and Jerry Traynor. I don't really consider the audio series part of the marketing. Like, it's technically part of it, but it's really its own story. I highly recommend listening to it yourself. You can find the whole series on YouTube. Now, for every trailer Xbox and Microsoft put out, there is no excuse. These wildly misrepresented the final product. and I'm going to quickly talk about each one to get the point across. The first trailer we have is called Bullet, where a sniper bullet shatters Chief's helmet. Whatever could this mean? Next, there are two trailers, one called All Hail and the other The Cost, where Chief and Locke give a villain monologue and aim a gun at the other's head. Ooh, spooky. Next we have the trailer A Hero Falls. It's a news broadcast about how Chief died on Meridian when The Guardian comes out. And finally, the trailer The Hunt Begins. It's about how this is a lie. Master Chief is actually setting the Guardians loose, no longer listening to orders, and Locke has been assigned to kill him. Yeah, none of that actually happens in the game. I get why the fandom was so disappointed, because all this looks way more interesting than what we got. These two trailers teasing a massive battle between Locke and Chief is just their little slap fight. After playing Halo 5, then watching the trailers, I was so curious what happened. Who was responsible? And sadly, I don't know. But I did find this. In April of this year, VideoGamer.com released an article about Halo 5's marketing, and they just so happened to interview Darren Bacon, Halo 5's lead concept artist. When asked about why the marketing was so different, Bacon said it kind of seemed like the marketing team was doing whatever they wanted, essentially. I was listening to Hunt the Truth when it was coming out, and I was like, oh wow, okay. Oh, is this what we're doing? Like, those guys should really play the game sometime. This comment from him kind of led me down a rabbit hole, and I learned a lot more about the production behind the marketing. As far as I can tell, the marketing was produced by multiple studios not owned by Microsoft or its subsidiaries. I did not find any information about the Bullet trailer, but the audio series was produced by the Eisenberg Group, A Hero Falls and The Hunt Begins were produced by Method Studios, and I could not find who produced the Locke and Chief trailers. However, I found one funny detail in a Wired article with the director, Rupert Sanders. Were you aware of much of Guardian's plot so that you could play with it in the ads? No, I was given a brief, but these things are very secretive. I was given, in military terms, enough information to fulfill my mission and not much more. Huh? What the hell kind of information was he given? Was it a single page that said Chief and Locke will have a confrontation? I wish I knew. I have no idea who's responsible for the marketing being so different. I just know I can't blame the outside studios. Probably should not be so secretive with the marketing agencies when they have to market your product.
The official story is the Master Chief is dead.
It's not their fault if they get things wrong.
You, Spartan Locke, are the unofficial story.
I can only guess this is probably the result of a lot of miscommunication over at Xbox and Microsoft. I doubt anyone had any bad intentions, but that's not an excuse. The marketing is still incredibly misleading, and I understand the outcry back in 2015. I walked into Halo 5 completely blind, and expected it to be the worst thing ever. And I'm happy to say that I still didn't hate it. The gameplay was pretty fun, and while the campaign was executed pretty badly, that cliffhanger ending is a great setup for a potentially great sequel. And if you're a Halo fan, you know that didn't happen.
The rogue AI known as Cortana is gone. She's been deleted.
The Reclaimer saga 343 was planning ended with Halo 5. This game was received so terribly that someone at Microsoft or 343 decided to backpedal. A big fat reset button was pressed, and in 2021 we got the galactic soap opera Halo Infinite. Surely it was better than Halo 5, right? Right?